Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss the ABV Barrel Shop's Jack Daniel's Cask Strength Rye Pick experience. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Darren McCroy and Steinkamp and Von Nieters.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey there. Cheers.
Hello. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about Jack Daniel's, the Cask Strength Rye Whiskey Pick that we did, and we'll get to that after the break. For right now, McNew said there's something she want to talk about. What is that, McNew?
Yeah, so first, though, before I get to that, Steinkamp and Von Nieters saying that back-to-back sounds like they're sketchy attorneys.
Have you been in an accident recently? Steinkamp and Von Nieters can help you out.
They have billboards all over the freeway.
Yeah, Steinkamp and Von Nieters.
One of us is going to have to wear an eye patch, Von Nieters.
Oh, I'll do
not
it.
a good attorney without an eye patch.
I'll do
They
it.
have an eye patch.
I'll do it.
It gets juror sympathy. It gets
There
juror
you go.
sympathy. There's
Von
no doubt
Nieters
about
is
it.
wearing the eye patch.
I feel like with the Von Nieters, if it's fitting, I have to be the one with the eye patch.
You get the eye patch. Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
that makes
All right.
sense.
This is a thing. We'll have to talk later.
No offense, I would never go to any of you for legal advice. Just keeping that out there.
Okay, we'll go back to school. You'll be surprised what they're going to learn. It'll be great.
Fuck me.
This past weekend, I went to a book fair, and it was an adult book fair. It was all horror.
Hey now!
Whoa!
Hey
Not like that. It was all horror-themed horror books, and it was at a brewery. And and they called it Scarelastic, like the old Scholastic book fairs that, that would come to your school or whatever. Like, man, you could do more of these, more adult book fairs, not dirty adult, but for grown-ups. And I was like, we should do more things that we love doing as kids. So what happened as a kid that you don't get to do anymore? What would you bring back to enjoy as an adult? Because you have adult money. I could have bought all the books. I didn't. Right. I bought boosters like I always fucking did. But I could have bought the books. What would you do with adult money that you didn't get to do as a kid, but existed when you were a kid?
Okay.
Play any arcade game and play as many as I want for however long I want.
There's arcade bars. Do you guys have those in St. Louis?
Yes. Me and my wife love to go to those.
There you go. Arcade bars.
What's your favorite game, Von Nieters?
I like the classic skee ball. I love a good game of skee ball.
Oh, fine.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Because you can play against somebody or multiple people, if they have multiple lanes wherever you go. I think it's fun.
Multiple people. Okay.
I have a good answer. So when I was...
We'll be the judge of that.
When I was younger, we would always have like these birthday parties at these places that would have laser tag and go-karts. And I think everyone just once every 2 months, adult or not adult, needs to go play laser tag. And now there could be an open bar. Well, not an open bar, but a bar, and you could be trashed or...
Trash
I think it'd be a fun time. I miss playing laser tag.
Yeah. I
You
probably
know,
would
there-
answer the same thing at 24. I'm 56, so it
There
doesn't sound
is
so
a
exciting for me. Yeah,
there is a laser tag place in Chesterfield with a bar.
there you go.
I've done it.
Really?
So,
Yep.
a second best to that, we have axe throwing places with bars, and that's real fun.
That's
to
like a
get
huge thing. Yeah,
Yeah. That's
throwing
fun.
axes. I don't know, how does that happen? How does all of a sudden everyone has axe throwing stuff? I don't understand.
They
Where did
just
that start?
popped up everywhere. Some are
It's a
better.
cult.
Than others, I will
It's like
say
country
that.
music.
Yeah, I guess.
It's just
yeah.
been
Easy
built
money
into
grab.
America forever. So
It's an easy
it makes
money
sense.
grab. It's like going to country. Yeah,
Yeah. Easy money grab.
yeah, I get
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Probably closed down in 2 years, but they're
Drink-
fun while lasting.
Drink some
We're
beer,
going-
throw some shit at a wall.
Yeah. It feels like if I decide I'm going to get in there, I'm like, there's a lot of people making money off this action. I'm going to get in. It would die
Then
instantly.
it's done.
As,
It
as
is
soon as I
dying
put my
already.
money into it, it would be gone.
So
Yeah.
It's on its way out.
Yeah.
Because some of them are just like they're lanes that have like chain link between them, and it's just fucking plywood with a target painted on it. Like some of them are not well done.
Yeah.
They're in it
So-
on the cheap. Yeah.
So if we
Yeah.
go by the shop tomorrow, Jim's gonna be ripping out the speakeasy and putting
Yep.
in axe throwing
Like
lanes.
Axe throwing
There we
lanes.
go.
Yes. Yeah. Axe throwing lanes. It'd be perfect.
I would clean house. I'm so
Oh.
good at axe throwing.
Oh man.
Oh, God.
Oh, here we go.
No,
Where-
honestly,
Here we
this is
go.
what we did in college. We joined an axe throwing league, and I
No.
finished third in my league every time. And the other two guys went to the national axe throwing championships.
No.
So
Did you hear how many people there were? There was 3 people in his league. He just said
there
he
was 6.
came in third, and there
There
was
was 6.
2 of them went to the nationals.
Not,
Yeah, I think
I've,
there was 3
I've
people.
never been axe throwing.
Nah, me.
Oh,
I don't have any
it's
interest.
fun.
I would go axe throwing with Darren if he can show me
Yeah.
some technique.
No, just book the hour because after that it gets really boring.
yeah, it's
like
not
Oh,
really
yeah.
something I would do forever.
Right.
I like the
Yeah.
throwing stars. Those ones are fun. The
Yeah.
throwing stars.
Throwing stars.
You
Yeah.
do throwing stars?
Yeah. They have ones too that are like they're the shapes of like a deck of cards, like
And you can
basically.
just-
You throw those. Those are so much fun.
The deck of cards, throwing
I'm gonna have to
stars.
check
yeah.
this out.
Yeah.
Well, he's writing it down. He's writing it down. folks. It's
This
official.
is not my choice though. So we have talked about this as a band. As you guys know, I play in a band that plays all 80s music.
Uh-huh.
We want to play at roller skating rinks, right? You have adult night at the roller skating rink. You put the band in the middle, and people would adults would roller skate around, and then you'd have
Roller skating rinks
cocktails.
still exist.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sign
Oh,
me
yeah.
up.
So
Sign me up.
like the
They-
one
That's
by
where we
me-
hung out in middle school. It'd be a blast. Though.
Yeah.
They never go out of
Right.
business.
Right.
Think about the
Yeah.
roller skate rinks that were around when I was a kid. They're still there.
And they look exactly the same on the
Right.
inside as they
They've
did
never
40
updated
years
any
ago.
damn thing inside. They're exactly the same.
No, why
Everyone-
would
Well,
they?
they're all just fronts or
Skate.
something.
Everybody
Yeah.
skate.
Yeah, let's all skate. Shoot the duck. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
have chariot races.
So
Uh-huh.
here's the thing with you guys being in the middle though is adults are less coordinated than we used to be, and we don't realize we are till we get on the skates. Like somebody's gonna skate into your drum set.
This is
like,
true.
you guys gotta have
This
a
is true.
barrier or something around
Better
you.
get
You
a
have to
bear.
be like,
You're on a little
agreed.
elevated stage. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, so we have actually played a couple gigs at bowling alleys for
Uh-huh.
a charity event, and they built the stage over the lanes.
Oh,
and
that's
so
cool.
as we were playing, like bowling balls would be flying by or going under us. That was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
I
fun.
never even heard of that.
No
Yeah, it was-
bowling talk though. That's one of the rules.
Yeah, it was. Well,
That's at the shop. That's the
Oh,
shop.
yeah,
charity-
that's at the shop, my
charity
bad.
event, too. So
Yeah.
I thought it applied to everything in my life.
No.
no, but roller skating. I'm doing roller skating again. That was always
Okay.
fun. As a kid.
Let us know when you book that. I'm in. That sounds like
All
a
right.
blast.
Yeah. I don't know what I'd like to do as an adult as a kid, but we did bring back one recently at the ABV Barrel Shop. We did show and tell whiskey tasting. So that's the
Oh.
ultimate. That was the ultimate event.
Oh, that looks
So
fun.
much fun. Yeah.
What were some highlights?
So much fun.
There were so many.
So
Everybody
much fun.
brought in something cool, something fun and unique, and had a great story. I mean, yeah. What ended up winning was Sean had a sign that he during the riot at Riverport when Axl Rose got mad they were taking his picture and leaves, and then this whole riot starts. He had a sign that he popped off from Riverport. That won. And of course, the judges were Royce and Becca, and I said,
Allegedly, Steve. Allegedly.
yeah, allegedly, yeah,
Yeah, you gotta say allegedly.
yeah. So the two that I think he might be okay. It seems like a long time's going by.
Yeah.
like a lifetime's coma.
Past
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Yeah, but Royce Neely, his two favorite bands are Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses. So you had a connection to Guns N' Roses. He's in, so yeah, he was one of the judges, and that ended up winning. But there was a lot of cool ones there, don't you think, Mike?
Oh yeah, it was a blast. Second place was a collection of cassette tapes from
Mixed
the
tapes.
90s. Yeah,
Yes.
mixtapes.
From
All
Gokin.
mixtapes.
What's a mixtape?
Yeah, well, come on, you've heard of that. Stop it. I'm not saying you did that or there was a.
Here's
Yeah, I know what it
Sean
was.
with his.
Yeah, there's Sean. Yeah. There you
For
go.
our visual
row,
things,
front
it is
section,
Sean
center.
standing with the sign.
Yeah.
Front section center. Yeah.
Yeah. And then third
Probst.
place was Probst with a snake.
Called Chuck Norris. Yeah.
So Evan, you could have brought.
We were so hoping McNew would be there.
No,
We wanted McNew to be there.
not coming for that. No, thank you.
If
No
if
snake.
I would have made it, I would have totally brought a turtle.
Yeah, you could have. You should have brought one. You would have probably won. Dave Hoyle. My winner was Dave Hoyle. He brought in a pet rock, but like the original one from like 19. And he knew the whole story. Like
People stole. Oh my God, box
Its
and
name's like
all.
Bob or something, I believe.
That's
Yeah.
It's called by its name.
Yeah.
Like the original thing. Its name
Well,
was actually
and-
River. It's River.
And he
right?
knew the
River,
guy.
yes.
And he
Yeah.
knew the guy that created it.
Yeah,
That was crazy.
yeah.
I can't believe it's still alive.
Yeah, it's still alive. Well, he's done good to keep it
Yeah,
going. So,
feeding
yeah.
it.
Dave's
I-
such a caring individual.
My personal
Yeah.
favorite was this one with Matthew Modica.
Yeah, yeah.
What are we looking at?
That is a piece of the set from Luke
Star Wars.
Skywalker's home in Star
In
Wars
Star Wars,
4.
yeah. The real
Oh,
piece.
That's a winner in my
real
mind.
piece of the
I
set.
know, that's pretty awesome.
That's
He
the
didn't
winner.
even win place or show. He didn't get
No,
any of that.
no.
That's a
Guess-
crime.
Guess who came in
Yeah.
last?
Was there a last? I don't know.
Oh yeah, there was last place was awarded.
Okay. Who came in last?
Some jackass that bought a bottle of Blanton's from Paris.
It can only be one person. And it might
Yeah.
rhyme with Steinkamp.
I brought my French bottle of Blanton's that I bought in Paris at
Right.
the Maison de Whiskey, and they're like, and last place goes to Steinkamp. Rah.
Well, yeah. I mean,
And we drained it. We drained it that night.
Mr. loves his Blantons. I'll tell you what. Yeah. Yeah. So,
I'm not a
Mr.
dolphin.
Blanton's.
yep. So, McNew, anything else on this topic you came up with?
So I really love the book fair idea, but also Pizza Hut Book It. When you read enough books in a summer, you'd get a free pizza. I mean, like I can buy my own pizza, but like I still want a free one because I read so many books. I just like that for me. I want that for adults.
Okay, have that for adults. I like the idea of the book fair? How did it work? Does someone come in and who has the books?
So they contract, or I guess got in contact with a bunch of horror authors, like nobody famous. Obviously, Stephen King wasn't there.
Stephen
Grady-
King was there, I heard.
He
Okay,
was not.
Stephen King was there. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty
I'm
cool.
sold.
That's a cool event.
He was
Stephen
not there.
King.
Remember when
Grady
he tried to be a
Hendrix-
country artist?
Oh yeah,
So
he could. He plays the bass or something. He could be country. He'd have a whole new career.
So they just got in contact with a bunch of horror authors, had them come up, set up a booth. They sold their books. They would sign them. I got some really cool art prints from a guy who he does like watercolor, but he'll stain it
Okay.
with coffee or wine. So I got some
Yeah.
wine stain prints that was really cool. It was Dracula and Headless
Oh my
Horseman and a
God.
lot of cool stuff.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
A good theme. And the
Okay.
brewery itself does like spooky beers. They're called Scarlet Lane Brewing. And everything they do is horror related. So it just all was like a fun theme for me to do Halloween in frickin' March. I love that.
There is a lady who writes vampire books that lives in Sunset Hills, Missouri, which is close to the barrel shop.
Right by me.
That was yeah, right by Darren.
We're at the office. Yep.
Yeah, where you have an office there. We were looking to put the barrel shop there. That was the first location. Wanted to get in Sunset Hill so bad, and it just didn't work out. But I'm glad we're at where we're now. By the way, things work out for the best typically in the end, and I'm happy with that. But so this lady writes these vampire books, and she's somewhat famous, particularly in people who really like that sort of thing. I don't know if you know who that is, McNew. We should track her down for you. You should bring her on your show. But she does these events, and they have to have security there because they've had people try to kill her because they think she's a vampire. So they come in with like stakes and hammers, and they try to attack her because they think she's a vampire. And they all come dressed up like that. So you don't even know who to keep an eye on when you're there. So they just have to have security.
Yeah.
That's awful.
What? What's her name? Do you know her name?
I was going to say that's right up McNew's alley.
Hamilton.
I don't know, but I bet you if you Googled Sunset
I got
Hills vampires,
I got it.
Steinkamp.
Laurel K. Hamilton. Laurel.
That's it.
K. Hamilton.
Laurel Hamilton. Yes, I used to work with the Wolf Sanctuary, and of course, wolves, knights, wound. They used to do events with her, but they had to have extra security because her quote unquote fans would try to kill her.
Or not fans, just freaking crazy.
It's just
Or
crazy.
psychopaths.
And they're all come dressed up like that too, so it has to be a freak show. She'd be kind of cool to bring out there, but I don't want all the hassle of it. I mean, if she's successful in that genre, I'd like to have her out. But yeah.
That's insane.
Huh. Yeah. She's a big deal.
Yeah, no, it was a cool thing. They had people with some really cool series, really interesting books. Like, it was a good time. I liked it.
Sounds
you could
fun.
just drink and walk around and look at books. I was so happy that day.
I think it does sound fun. So I like it. I like the idea.
Great topic.
Yeah. All right. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with McNew, our leader. McNew, what do you got?
I have some Hard Truth Hills High Road Rye.
No, nothing there. Nothing there. Didn't John Mellencamp go country now?
So it's so funny. My mom freaking loves John Mellencamp because he's an Indiana guy. She's been obsessed with him since he came out. There's a cover band that plays in Brown County at their little playhouse, and I'm about to buy her tickets for it.
Oh my God! Yeah.
So John Mellencamp cover band. Can you imagine? About to have a good time with mom.
Does he still play live? And I assume if he does, he'd be in Indiana a lot.
So he has done a couple of college stadiums. But his tickets are outrageous. Like,
you get to that point. I mean,
he was in St. Louis not too long ago, and it was crazy expensive.
They were stupid expensive because I was like, I'll get those for her birthday. That'll be nice. And then I saw the prices, and I was like, fuck that. No.
She only gave birth to me. She's not worth that.
I used to like him back in the day. Yeah, I liked him when he was John Cougar, and then when he got married, he was John Cougar Mellencamp. I liked him still, and now he's just John Mellencamp. So
he's kind of like, I don't want to say washed up is the thing to say.
But he had that song when he sang that line, hold on to 16 as long as you can. Change coming around real soon, make us women and men. I was 16 at that time. It rang home true to me. It rang home. It rang true to me. So his music spoke to me.
He is past his prime. Past his prime.
He's past his prime for sure.
$300 a ticket to see him. I will pay $50 for the cover band. It'll probably be just as good.
By the way, if you don't like Kid Rock because he says wackadoodle stuff.
Yeah,
that's all I'm going to say when you're talking to Mr. Mellencamp.
I agree.
Yeah, if you want to toss stones at one house, we got to toss them at all of them that are wackadoodles. He's fucking nuts. All right, Darren, what do you got there, man?
I got Art of the Spirits Barrel Pick, Easy Elegance Rye #1 from the ABV Barrel Shop.
Okay.
Maybe.
Strike 2 and strike 3. You are out, my friend. Nothing.
Swing and a miss.
It's a great bottle, though.
All right, Steinkamp, you're next.
I have a Knob Creek Single Barrel Select.
Okay.
Yep. Nothing again.
Nothing.
Quiet.
I've got
there's nothing here.
Old 55 single malt. Old 55 single malt. Pretty excited about this. Here we go. Slide on the set. Ooh. That's our lead, and that was legit bad. That's our lead.
Squeaky.
It was very squeaky, and you can even take off points for the squeak. I still have the lead because no one's thrown up anything good. Von Nieters, this is an easy one to win. Let's see what you got.
Hopefully we can pull it off. I've got a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye from the gift
gangbang. It was not even.
It wasn't on camera even.
It was still corked.
It was like,
what?
Didn't even do it on camera. We didn't see that.
I had to put it next to the mic, so it was loud as shit.
Delayed as shit is what you meant to say.
It was loud.
It was loud. It was loud.
It's still loud.
Just putting it in and taking it out.
Oh, he's having that dog press the button, hit and play. Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's a soundboard is what it is. Yeah. So cheers to Von Nieters, the cheater.
Cheers, Von Nieters, with your eye patch.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about the experience of doing a Jack Daniel's cast strength rye pick. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. McNew, what did you say you wanted?
A Jaguar tequila.
Why?
It's so because it's pretty. It's like I don't think it's a decanter, but it's a bottle. It is fucking 3 feet long. It's in the display case. You have to ask for them to unlock for you. It's $300. And I'm like, it's so pretty. It looks like a whole big ass cat. It's probably shitty tequila inside of it, but it's a tequila Jaguar, and I fucking want it. I want it so bad.
And you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we are talking about the experience of picking a Jack Daniel's Calf Strength Rye.
Yes, we are. 60% of the people were on that pick that are on the show today. And Von Nieters, this was your show idea. What was your idea about this? What did you want to talk about? What do you want to say about the pick itself?
I kind of wanted to talk about, how our experience went, what we thought, what we had picked, and maybe a little bit about the people we went with and a couple of the stories we had along the way. It was a good time.
Yeah, I think it was fun. That's the bottom. What I'll take away from that is an experience I won't forget, is how much fun we had doing it. And that's from the experience of doing the pick to just hanging out with the people we were with. So Jim Fosnot was there with us too, Jeff and Drizzy, and Jason Rack. So that was our 6. And then he did have his wife Tina, so she was there too. So you can kind of throw her in the mix. So she wasn't necessarily on the barrel pick and stuff with us, but she was there for quite a bit of what we were doing. So great group for sure, and a whole lot of fun. And we had some laughs, didn't we, guys?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Especially the night before, 33 bottle share. We had a good time. Let's just say that.
Between 6 people in a matter of a couple hours.
Yeah. And the challenge was to drink the table, which several of us did, which was good. And it was really about conversation and giving each other shit, because we're not the super caring, all right, let's hug and stuff like that. It's more like you're just making fun of someone, and then you're like, well, I just got to get through it when they're making fun of me, because soon enough they're going to be making fun of someone else.
Yeah, everyone got a shot down the
everyone got a turn. There was nobody left out there.
That just means they like you.
Yeah, and we had such a diverse group of backgrounds and just personalities, and it all meshed well together over some whiskey.
Yeah.
And it was your birthday.
It was my birthday. Yeah, that was on the night of my birthday, which was cool. Getting to hang out with those guys and having fun, and we enjoyed it. We rolled into town. Everything was already shut down. 6:00. We got in like 5:50. We got in right before everything shut down, but everything was getting ready to close. No place to go other than right next to the hotel, which was convenient. If you only got 2 restaurants in town, at least they're literally
walkable.
Share the parking lot with the restaurant you're at. I mean, the hotel you're at. So, that's what we did. We just walked over, and we could have gone to a restaurant that was 9 miles away, and someone asked how far away is it? And the restaunt that's 9 miles away is actually 9 miles away. That was Jason Rack, so he got a pretty good turn in the barrel for that one. But that's just how it works. God forbid you say something wrong.
Fuck.
Any of us can do it, but you do it with that group. Whew.
There is no mercy after 20 bottles of whiskey. It's just you messed up because you're drunk. Here you go.
Yeah. So we hung out, and we had the bottle share, and it was just it was a good time for sure. We all had to take a class. We're all now ice machine certified. So the guy at the hotel made every person go through a little class on how an ice machine works. So, but we all did it. I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
But the hotel was great.
Got to learn.
I'm now a partial instructor. I created a video for them.
Yes, they're now using that. So you have to sit down and watch a video now when you check into that hotel, which is very convenient, by the way. Like a half mile from Jack Daniels, it's close. When I go back, that's where I'm
place.
staying.
I loved it.
I'm going back there.
Yeah, it was clean, convenient, and cheap. I mean, it hits on all of them. I mean, sometimes you gotta, when it's real convenient, you're like, well, I'll pay a little bit more because it's really close to.
Yeah, you can choose two. You can either get clean,
like $89
or cheap. That's
and they had ice.
Yeah, they had ice available to you 24 hours a day. Wow, if you know how to use the machine, that's key.
Yeah.
So
Right.
You put a bucket in, you press a button, and the ice just flows down. It flows.
I feel
down.
like somebody caused this at some point. Like they came to the front desk.
Yeah, what happened?
Tell me how to use
I think Steve's got the best theory.
What happened?
it. Bother me later.
Yeah. It is worrisome. So, yeah. I think ice was a new concept for the guy. So he was new to the country, and he just hadn't seen, particularly when it was readily available and a machine that you could just get it whenever you want. So he made everybody go through the ritual, probably how he had to be taught when he was like, what is this thing? And they're like, that's an ice machine. And he was like, you work it. They probably told him the things, and he was like, you know what? I'm going to have to show everybody, because he had never heard of it. And he probably just said, I'm going to tell everybody how it works. So
apparently it's a very American thing to want ice. Like if you went to like a cafe in a different country, they'd be like, have some warm water. Fuck you. They would not give you water.
Well, that's true.
That's the way it should be, but that's beside the point.
Really?
I like room temperature water all the time.
Yeah, my kid too. Is this a thing for this younger generation? What do you? Where
Like
do you stand?
slightly chilled.
I want there to be ice.
Like all ice in there.
Like throw 3 ice cubes in a whole cup.
No, that's
Just enough to keep it.
What the hell's wrong with you
cold.
guys?
My whole
Because
thing
if
is
it's
I'm
too cold, you
drinking
can't
a
chug
room
it.
temperature whiskey, I want a room temperature water to go with it.
Right.
Mm.
I always hate because they always will go, when I go to a restaurant with my kid, I drink water most of the time when I'm at a restaurant. They'll always go to her first because she's female and she's young, and they'll be like, what would you like? And she's like, water with no ice. And then I'm like, I want a water. And they're like, no ice? I'm like, oh, no, of course I'm a human. I want ice. Yeah. I'll take her ice too. Give me double ice.
Maybe extra ice.
See, I'm only talking at home.
No, because it melts, and then you have more ice, and you have more water, and you don't have to wait for them to bring you more
melts,
water.
you have more ice.
No, it's the other way around. Water expands when it melts, so you have less water when it melts.
You're wasting your breath, dude. You're trying to talk to a dolphin.
Water
Oh my gosh. It's making more ice as we sit here.
My water becomes more ice. Oh my god.
I knew exactly where you were trying to head there, but not last show of the night, brother.
It was an indirect route,
Maybe
that's for
you'd
sure.
have had a shot in show 1 or 2, but
Right.
not the last show of the night.
No.
Save your breath.
Yeah.
Um,
So then the next day, Darren, pick it up. What did we do the next day?
So the next day, I woke up a bit hungover, probably the most hungover Steve's ever seen me because he noticed it.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a rough morning, but that's what happens when you drink 30 bottles of whiskey. And we went to this breakfast place, not the place that was 9 miles away, but the place that was, in fact, just downtown. Had some fantastic croissant sandwiches.
Yes.
Eggs and bacon and sausage. It was,
Sounds
I
good.
actually was wanting one this morning. I was like, man, I need a place like that around here. The croissants were fluffy and more amazing.
It was a great place, too. A small town place where the waitress is a ball buster. I mean, she's giving everyone shit that's in there.
She probably gave us more shit than we gave each other in the hotel the night before, and that's saying something.
That's what you
yeah,
gotta love.
she acted like she knew us as soon as we walked in there.
Right.
She's like, you guys look rough.
Yeah. So.
And then we explored the town square of Jack Daniels. Went to a bunch of really cool places. The one that
small mom and
I
pop
feel like we need to
shops.
talk about a little
cool.
bit was that Cowboy Jack's.
Cowboy Jack's, yeah.
They sell vintage whiskey, and they had everything in there. It was like the coolest museum I've ever been in. It was so cool to look at all the different Jack
Old
bottles,
whiskeys, yeah. And they sell it not with a liquor license.
Yeah.
They sell it as collectible glass. Which Lynchburg is the craziest town. First of all, ask anybody in Lynchburg, they'll say we are a dry town. Well, we don't sell alcohol here. And then you start asking them about the exceptions. Are there any exceptions? Well, the distillery can sell whatever they want. So literally any product Jack Daniel's sells, you can buy it there at the distillery. Okay, so that's an exception. And then you go to Cowboy Jack's, and they're like, you can buy any alcohol. Now you're paying a price for it. You're paying a premium for sure. But I guess if it's a dry town, maybe it's worth it. They sell literally everything there. And you think that's vintage collectibles. No, they've got like Willet Pot still there. That's not a vintage collectible. They've got Eagle Rare, you name it, it's there.
and you can go into the gas station and buy a beer too.
Yeah,
and they
You can't do it in Indiana, so
yeah,
right.
Yeah, you go to and buy beer. Also, if you're buying barbecue, because they say, of course, they have all these barbecue championships and all that. They're like, well, people like to drink when they have barbecue, so we have an exception for if it's with barbecue.
It's a very dry in quotation marks.
They're very dry. It's a dry town. It's
a moist town.
In gas stations, you can buy beer and wine at our gas stations.
well, beer
Lynchburg was very moist. It was not dry.
It was so moist, McNew. So moist.
The weird thing
spongy. It was so moist.
the stuff where they sell the as just collectible glass. They claim that they have to mark it up 300%. So you can imagine the prices on these things.
Oh, yeah.
like a little bottle of Blanton's for $150, like the littlest one.
Yeah.
50 milliliter Blanton's.
Yeah, they got like the Russell's 13 for $600, and the Willet Pot Stills like
I don't understand who's
$250,
buying that stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's a great question.
I can
is buying
see.
that?
There's
I
gotta be
can
somebody
see
buying
if it's a Jack Daniel's bottle from 1914. Okay, and there's a premium. I 100% get it. There's people who collectors and are buying it as a collectible. They're not buying it to drink it. I get that. I can understand that. I don't understand who's going in and buying a $150 bottle of mini Blantons. I don't. Who is this person? I want to meet them. Or $600 for Russell's Reserve. I don't understand. Let me talk to them. I've got questions. Yeah, that's so weird.
How do they stay in business?
I don't know.
They buy collections from people. That's how they get the stuff. So it's like, and
Well,
apparently
yeah, but
they have
they're
a bunch
buying-
of stuff.
They're buying at 30% of cost and then charging $300.
So here's what happened. So
They have
here's the point that,
markup.
here's the point that they made. And again, I don't know how, we know how politics work. We're not going to get political, but we know how politics works. Let's just say that. So it's just one individual. It's only one person that can buy this stuff. So he has a license. He's licensed by the state or the county or whatever. I'm sure it's by the county, but then it goes up, ultimately has to be by the state too. You can't do anything that breaks your state laws. So he has the ability to buy collections and sell them. And the point was why he got that approved was that once they started the vintage on Kentucky. All this history of Jack Daniels, Tennessee whiskey, all these old JD collectibles were moving their way to Kentucky where people were selling them off. And let's come up with something that keeps them in the state, keeps us and our heritage. It preserves it right here in Lynchburg, Tennessee, where the stuff's being made. And that makes some sense. There's some sense there. But I don't understand the whole thing of not making it a liquor store and you're buying just the glass and he doesn't have to have a liquor license. How can you?
And the price.
Yeah. And then the pricing, they force him to, supposedly he has to mark it up, that big percent because that's what keeps it as being collectible glass versus alcohol content. And I don't know. That's weird. The whole thing's weird to me. But yeah, it's worth seeing when you go there. Don't go to the square.
But I guess we are kind of.
What?
Oh, I cut out a little bit there. I was saying we also are kind of just looking at all the bottles that were full. I mean, they had a lot of other collector stuff there that wasn't like ridiculous price. Everywhere. So like they're still in business doing, selling collectible stuff.
Jack Daniels stuff, for sure.
Yeah, and also
and then you sell 2 of those bottles a month and you're set. That's
exactly.
50% markup.
Yeah, during the busy time, you get people coming in and buying some of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure Christmas time it's big there and stuff. So,
right.
Yeah. Okay. Then we went to Mary Bobo's for lunch, right? That was a big thing. Mary Bobo's is awesome.
I love Mary Bobo's. Everyone that I've told about my experience at Jack Daniels, I start at Mary Bobo's and then I work my way both directions. But Mary Bobo's needs to be the first thing out of my mouth.
Mary Bobo's was great. So what's different about them? They serve food home style, and of course it is like home cooking, and that's not uncommon. There's places that certainly do that. The difference is someone that sits at your table and dines with you is a historian, is someone who knows Jack Daniels history. They know Mary Bobo's history. They talk to you the whole time. They're just having conversations with you. It's not like a teaching thing or PowerPoints. They're just talking and telling you stories. You can ask them questions. It's awesome. It's a great experience for sure.
It is. It's fantastic.
Yeah. And it's like a family style. It's like a dining room table and you're sitting with multiple groups of people that you don't know and you get
the rolls, the potatoes.
Yeah. It's like that. That's how it is. And our guy was 92 years old.
Aww.
It's crazy.
So good for 92, Steve.
He looked like he's like 60. Some people, if we put me next to him, that might guess that I'm older than he is.
He was in shape and fantastic.
Yeah, right now I think he's on his vacation. He was getting ready to leave on a Caribbean vacation for like 2 months or something.
Yeah. Him and his wife both work there.
Yeah, his wife works there. He decided he was just sitting at home while she was working at Mary Bobo's. So on his 90th birthday, he came up and got a job there. So and he's like, what's cool about this is he's never had a job where he has a 401k. So now he's putting away money for his retirement, which is nice.
What?
He's 92.
Oh yeah,
no.
He's 92. He's putting away money for his retirement now. So
And they're still considered Jack Daniels employees, so every first Friday, if they're at work, they get the free bottle of Jack.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
So he was neat. That's just a great experience. So
that was so cool.
I would eat there twice in a day. I would want 2 different hosts, but I want to hear both sides. Like I love that place.
Yeah. Our guy was part of the Bobo family too, which is kind of cool. So
he's literally a Bobo, which is related to the master distiller of Jack Daniels currently, Chris Fletcher.
Chris Fletcher, his grandfather was 2 distillers ago was Frank Bobo. So Frank Bobo was master distiller.
I didn't get to tell you that interview on the Bourbon Show with him was freaking fantastic.
It was so good.
Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible.
If you haven't listened to the Bourbon Show where we interview Chris Fletcher, you're missing out. That guy, he knows his shit, man. He is. He's like a small craft distiller the way he knows the process. It's not like, other people will actually make the whiskey and they know all the stuff. I'm just kind of
he's so smart about the whiskey and Jack Daniels, but also like he painted that little town, Lynchburg, like this little small town, and it just was like it felt so cozy. Like he should just be an ambassador for the town when he retires. Like he's
I told Steve I listened to that interview and any thought I ever had about being a distiller went away. When you hear somebody like that talk about...
he gave himself the thumbs up. Yeah. Good job, Steinkamp.
I don't even know how that works.
One time you got balloons on your...
I know.
You're the only one this happens to. Is there some special thing you pay for?
I have no idea.
I'll give a thumbs up. There's no thumbs up.
I did it accidentally before. I don't know how, but...
I don't know how either, but...
You gotta click on stuff, I think.
I didn't even click on anything. Look.
There's a ghost.
And now I can't get it to work. I don't know. Anyway, that interview, when he starts talking about the chemistry behind things, is insane.
Yeah.
Insane. You got to be, in order to do it right, you need to know your stuff. Yeah.
This is true. This is very true. So Von Nieters, and then we move on after lunch. We go over to the distillery and talk us a little bit about that experience.
Yeah, so we went over there and we got to do a tour that was just our group, which was pretty cool. Instead of
really
like
cool.
a huge
That big of a
group.
distillery. It's just us walking around, JD asking whatever we wanted to ask.
Yeah, it was just the group of us 7 walking around. And yeah, I mean, I feel like we got to really pick the guide's brain on any questions that we had because it was just us and very intimate. And I've only been on a handful of distillery tours, and I would say that's top of my list for sure.
Yeah,
it was
a great tour.
Incredible.
After that, our tour guide handed us off to Lexi Phillips, the assistant master distiller there at Jack Daniel's, which was very cool. And she was going to be the one that then would lead our barrel pick, which is awesome. And she's great, by the way.
Yeah. We were talking about how good Chris is. Lexi is just up there with him. Like, she knows what every pipe in the distillery does. So she goes, oh, if you hook up to that pipe, it will go over there. If you hook up to that pipe, it will go over there. You can point at anything in the distillery, and she'll be able to tell you what it does, which is incredible at that size.
And before we get too far away from doing the distillery guide too, she was awesome. She has multiple family members that also work at the distillery doing different things, which I thought was really cool too. Multi-generational thing.
Yeah, she says it's like a family reunion.
Yeah.
It's just her cousins work there, her mom works there.
I think her sons worked there. Yeah. It's so cool.
That is pretty awesome.
And getting to see the cave of the spring that Jack Daniel literally started making whiskey at because it had this great water source. That was one of the coolest moments. Honestly.
I wanted to jump in.
Yeah, don't you think that would be like the ultimate behind the scenes thing? I'd jump at that. If they're like, hey, we got this thing. If you want to swim in the cave, you can. Fuck yeah, I would.
Yep. Sign me up. $2,000. Let's go.
Let's do it. I'll swim around in there. Yeah, that would be the ultimate. But yeah, it was a cool experience. And then Lexi, she was awesome. She was funny. She was smart. She was perfect in hosting that thing, and she doesn't do it very much. That was so cool that we had her doing that with us. That was great. And then ultimately she does the big reveal. So, and I put a video out of that, and you can check that moment out. What that was like. She literally goes through and lets us know how old it was, the proof, and we're cheering, and it's exciting. And then she tells it was aged on a warehouse in Coy Hill, and that's it.
That's the one.
That's a game changer.
You guys didn't know it was Coy Hill, right?
No, we didn't. And it was only there was 3 of them, and that was the only one that was aged on Coy Hill. So we got lucky. So yeah.
One of the other ones was Slop Hill.
Yes, we were glad we didn't get the Slop Hill one. Not that that's necessarily bad whiskey, but the cool name is Coy Hill versus Slop Hill. So yeah.
So I have to ask, because I know how you and Jim do your barrel picks. Was it unanimous for this, or how did the vote turn out?
Well, Jim always does all the math, and it was not unanimous. So I know that.
We had our first tie.
We did have a tie.
That I've been a part of. I don't know.
We had a tie. It comes back. Initially was tied, so then we revote, and then and you're eliminating one. So that leaves there's 2 that are tied. You're voting which was your favorite out of those 2, and then ultimately the one wins that I had the whole time as being the best one. So I was really excited about that, and it turns out to be this great barrel, 133.1 proof. Now it may be different when it gets in the shop. We do know that proof changes and stuff like that. They'll get a final measurement, but it's going to be somewhere in there. It's going to be up there. We know that. And
I know with a couple of picks I went with, when I picked the one Steve picked, I'm always so proud of myself.
That's good. I like that. So
yeah. I think it was my number 2 pick initially, and then it was my number 1 after we did the tiebreaker.
Same thing for me.
Yeah,
I like the one that no one else liked, by far. It was
you like the one that got eliminated. So
yes, you liked the one that got eliminated. I liked the one that
was spicy and different. And the
Yeah.
thing is,
I feel like-
Lexi agreed with us because she was tasting along and she was like, yeah,
Yeah,
the third option is the one. And
that's the one.
that's when I realized
That's exciting because she knows her stuff. I mean, yeah, when you can match someone like that, we haven't had a moment like that since we did a pick with Al Young years ago, and he, the great Al Young of Four Roses, had written down on a piece of paper which one he picked, and we all picked the same one. And then Al slowly flips that paper over, and sure enough, he had the same one. And we went crazy. This was a total wine pick that we did with Jim, and we went crazy, man. That was a fun one. That's a top pick moment for sure.
I went up to the shop today for a couple different reasons, but one of them was to see if that sample bottle from your Jack pick was still up there. And it was. And so I was lucky enough to get just a little pour. I said, hey, they're going to talk about this tonight. I would love to try it. and so I got a pour of it. Holy cow.
Yeah.
It is absolutely incredible. That bottle is going to sell out within days.
I normally say leave the bottles for the customers. I think I'm buying a case of this one. I think I'm buying a 60.
I was gonna say I might be there too. Like
it is.
I'm buying
best
at least a case.
Best experience.
I'm telling you,
I got to.
I was not on the pick, and not known to be a Jack Daniel's fan, but this is absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
and it may be the best thing that's rolled through the shop. It's incredible.
Yeah.
The hype is real. It is great. And then, so I drank, again, I didn't have a lot. So I drank it neat. And then I put a little bit of water in it at 133. And oh man, whoo, that is incredible, incredible whiskey.
Yeah. Yeah. We're really happy with it. And yeah, we're excited. And this is one of those things that goes beyond, selling. It's just an important moment for the shop. I mean, this is really feels like that's a we made it moment.
This is playing Major League Baseball. Like, this is the game.
So
man, it's good.
And we don't know that we'll ever get another one. We had help through the marketing department. We don't know that we'll ever get that again. And if we do, that's amazing. If we don't, we got this. We have this incredible moment that you guys got to be part of, the ones that were on here, and it's cool. It's just so cool. It's such a great bottle of whiskey, and like I said, I'm sure it's going to fly out of there. I have no doubt that this one is going to be gone quick.
Days. Listen, it's incredible whiskey. It is great.
Yeah. So there you go. Be on the lookout for that. We're probably still a month and a half, 2 months away from getting that.
She said something about getting tags made for them. Are we getting? Are there going to be like little ABV barrel shop tags?
Like they wear the little necklaces.
Yeah,
we're supposed to get one of those.
Yeah, because they have like ones that come from the gift shop.
Yeah, but the real ones, Evan, that you get on single barrel picks that aren't from the gift shop are metal, and they're like a medallion that hang down low.
Yeah,
they're the best tags. Everyone does their stupid sticker thing. It is the best thing that you can say. This single barrel is ours.
Yes,
that's cool.
They got our logo and everything. I mean, I had to get all that up front, so they had that when we were making the pick. They had already designed all that and everything. So yeah,
that's so cool.
Yeah, I'm going to be putting those on my Christmas tree. There'll be 6 of those on there. Hell yeah!
I'm gonna put it on a chain and just wear it around the shop all the time.
There you go.
Look at my
Flavor Flav here. Flavor Flav in the shop.
There you go, man. There you go. All right. On that note, we'll wrap this one up like we always do by talking about where people can find us. Steinkamp, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Investment Whiskey.
All right, Von Nieters.
You can find me on Instagram at Von Nieters.
Darren.
You can find me fangirling over our Jack Daniel's pick at The Bourbon Adventures.
All right, McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNew, ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. The important website, though, abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Like I said, if you want to hear that Chris Fletcher interview, it's out there. It's on abvnetwork.com. You look under shows and then the Bourbon Show, and it's right there. You don't have to scroll very far back. We didn't do that one that long ago, so check it out, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop. You know what? You should sign up for our email distribution. That way you'll know when we get that JD pick in. You can even no matter where you're listening, we can't ship. But if you can get by the store at some point, even if it's not anytime soon, you can buy it over the phone. We'll hold it for you if you purchase it. We won't just hold it for you and be like, well, if you're ever through St. Louis. No, but if you pay for it, it's yours. We'll hang on to it for you when you come through the St. Louis market. So check us out online, abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Fartance, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Cheers.
Hasta mañana.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.